All right, so you might want to be able to have sprint for your players, so you have like running and sprinting. That's pretty easy to do, so I'm gonna make that's like be a 2 second thing. So just obviously the what's controlling our player is the player controller script. So we're just gonna go ahead and open that up. Okay, and I'm just going to add onto this the a public float player run multi. The reason I'm calling it multi is what we're going to do is we're not going to put a speed in for the player run. What we're going to do is we're just going to multiply it times a number, so it goes 1.3% faster or something. However you want to do it. Okay. So what we're going to do now is just go down to our update section. Now we have these different inputs here for each thing. So I'm going to put this after the jump one, but before the left and right thing that flips it. And we're just going to say if input.get axis, and then we're going to put an axis in here is greater than 0. So basically, if we press the button, you're going to want to do whatever it is, right? Okay. So we need to make an axis. Forgot to do that. So basically, what the axes are, if you remember, so I'm going to edit project settings, go to input, and currently, if you look, we have axis for horizontal and vertical, so that's our left and right buttons, right? We have one for fire, which we don't really use. We do use jump, set to space, and we're also using cancel to do the pause menu. Okay, so it already has these ones built in here, and you can change these. Like I could change the name here, and that would change it there. But instead, because I don't want to mess with any of those, I'm just going to type in 19 here, and what it's going to do, it's going to create another one, which is again going to be called canceled because that's the last one. And we'll just call this run, so that I know what it is. And the positive button, I'm going to make left shift. And the alternate positive button, I'm going to make right shift. So basically, if you push one of those two buttons, that's what it's going to read. Okay, and that's it. So now that's set up. So run is our axis. So come on. Okay, get axis, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to say run, right? So basically get axis, run, and if it's greater than 0, meaning it's being pressed, I'm going to have it do this thing here. We're going to need another float, but this one I'm not going to see. So we're just going to put it down here, and we're just going to make it private float run speed. All right. Okay. Because what we need to do basically is we need to be able to take that multiplier. We need to set it to whatever number we initially want, and then set it back down when we don't want it. So we're going to say basically if we're pressing the button, I want run speed, which is the thing we're actually going to use in a second. I want run speed to be equal to the player run multi-variable that we are going to put in there. Else we're going to make run speed equal to 1. Okay? And all we're going to do is up here, our movement, our horizontal movement, is just this one line of code. We say the velocity is going to be equal to a new vector 2, and we just take the horizontal times player speed is our x, so our left and right, and then we just leave the y alone. The y gets handled by jump. So all we're going to do is just literally on this, just also multiply it times run speed. Okay? So run speed will either be while we're holding shift, right, because that's what we set up the run axis as. It'll either be whatever number we put into run multiplier, or it'll be 1. And if it's 1, it'll just do regular speed, right? Because whatever times 1 is whatever the original number was. Or it'll be, let's say I make this 2, then when you press shift, it'll move twice as fast. That's basically the lump sum of it, so it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to go ahead and save that. and go back here. Give it a second. I'm going to select player here. Because right now, if you look, the, where is it? Here it is. The run multiplayer 0, which basically means when we hold shift, it's not going to move at all. Let's go ahead and make it 2, which is honestly going to be way too high because it's going to make them run twice as fast, but we'll just use that so you can see that it's working. Alright, let's hold this, and see him moving, and if I hold shift, right, he moves much faster. See, he's going too fast. Alright, and that's it. That's all there is to doing a run button. And you can set up for a bunch of things. But pretty straightforward.